Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time no see, for real. And if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, hello, welcome. But I think the last video that I filmed and uploaded was a 20-week update, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta get my phone and see that, but I'm pretty sure it's a 20-week update. I have filmed a few videos and I've never gotten around to editing them, or it's not like a full video. So starting off fresh. The day is December 24th, Friday, December 24th. It is Christmas Eve. Happy holidays, everybody. I think by the time this video goes up, it will be Monday, so it'll be after the holidays. But I have to film it today. So I'm currently 28 weeks pregnant. It's been literally 2 months since I filmed. Okay, so I am currently 28 weeks pregnant. Now officially in my third trimester, and today I just wanted to film a what I eat in a day and a second trimester wrap up, kind of give you guys the symptoms and things I've been experiencing. Hello. Things I've been experiencing in my second trimester now that I'm in my third trimester. It is actually 12:39 and I'm now eating, which is super bad. I definitely sleep in now, towards 9 o'clock. On the weekdays, I wake up at 7 because I want to make sure I get my yoga in, get my walk in with the pups, make sure, I'm ready and on a call for my job and stuff like that, on a meeting by 9:30, but yeah, so we're gonna eat because I woke up and Christmas Eve, of course, there's last minute Christmas shopping that I had to do for dinner tomorrow, and also a last minute gift that I had to pick up. So it is now almost 1 o'clock and I'm now eating for the day, which I'm not proud about, but I'm not that hungry. So my go-to breakfast lately, this past week, has been scrambled, soft scrambled eggs with cheese, cheesy soft scrambled eggs, sourdough toast, and 2 pieces of bacon on top, kind of like an open face sandwich. So I'm gonna make that. Instead of 2 eggs, I'm just gonna do 1 because I'm not that hungry. And I figured, while I'm cooking and eating, I will give you guys my second trimester, I cannot speak English, second trimester wrap up and kind of everything that I've been through. So even though I'm not that hungry, I do need to feed the baby. So let's get started on breakfast, brunch, lunch, because now it's almost 1 o'clock. All right, let's go. All right, it is 1:08 and it is finally time to eat. I am drinking my homemade chai tea latte. And this is just Tazo chai tea bags that I like brew in that mason jar, and I just put it in my fridge. That way in the week I can just literally pour in, add my milk, add my creamer, add the vanilla, add the brown sugar, and I can just quickly make a chai tea. So good. And definitely saving money on Starbucks. I'm going to take my prenatal, my vitamins. So in here I have this case off Amazon, and in here it's just like labeled like through the days of the week, but I have my prenatal. I take one a day. Honestly, like all prenatals are kind of basically made the same, so at least it's just what my OB told me, so it kind of really doesn't matter what prenatal I take. So I just chose one a day because it's easy. I can always add it to my grocery pickup order whenever I run out, so I'm just taking one a day. I think this is 1,000 mcg of vitamin C. You can never be too safe in this climate, so yes, I do take vitamin C. I am taking an iron pill, and I'll talk about that in a second, going over my second trimester like wrap up. And then I do take biotin, so I'm just gonna take that real quick. I know that like prenatals already have all this stuff in there, especially my prenatal does have iron, but again, I'll talk about that in a second of why I have to take a separate iron supplement. I have my sandwich. My open face sandwich looks so good. This has literally been like my go-to like breakfast, and it's been great. Okay, so I'm gonna do my second trimester wrap up, and I wrote down on my phone like things to go over while talking about this. So the biggest thing is at 27 weeks I did have to go get my glucose test done, which we passed. I'm so happy. So if you don't know, if you fail your first glucose test, you have to go back and take the second glucose test, which is a 3-hour one, and they draw your blood 4 freaking times. Like, and the glucose test that I did, I don't know if it's like if they take smaller. So just drinking water, she just came in from outside. So if you fail your glucose test, you have to go back and you have to take a 3-hour one, and they draw your blood 4 times. When I went, they took 2 vials of my blood, so I can just imagine like having to take that, like 2 vials of your blood like each time you have to take it. But maybe not, because so basically I passed my glucose test, but what we found out during my glucose test is my doctor also ordered a red blood cell, like your hematocrit and your hemoglobin. It's a red blood cell count. They also ordered that too during my glucose test, and mine came back flagged because it was low. So at the beginning of my pregnancy, I was taking a gummy prenatal that didn't have iron, and I was completely aware of that. So I was taking an iron supplement just to make sure that I was getting enough iron. I literally, the prenatals made me sick, so I had to switch to the one a day. And because one a day has iron, I stopped taking the iron supplement. Also, I did go through this phase of where I didn't eat any meat for like almost 2 weeks because like baby was not having it. And then I started eating back steaks. So for the most part, I've only been eating red meat since at the end of the beginning of my second trimester, like when I was around 17 weeks. But even so, like my red blood cells were still low. So at my 28-week doctor's appointment, they recommended me to start taking iron supplements. again. So even though my prenatal does have iron in it, I do have to take iron supplements. They weren't like, my doctor wasn't alarmed. She's like, usually this does happen like later on in pregnancy. She's like, and you did start off high, because like I think the range is like 10.5 to 11.7 is what she told me, and mine was at a 12 when I first did my first round of prenatal blood. And but now I'm at a 10.7, so I'm not at like the critically low, but I am like, if the starting is 10.5, I'm at 10.7. I am on the low end, so they do want me to take a iron supplement. So I've been doing that now, basically, and I knew it was like something to worry about because before I got pregnant, the year before, I went to go see my doctor, like my primary care physician, and when she did labs on me, I was borderline anemic. So she told me I had to start taking iron supplements, and I was taking it literally. I was taking iron supplements since like last year because I was borderline anemic, according to my labs that my primary care physician ordered. And then when I got pregnant, I went on the gummy prenatals that didn't have iron, but then I would take iron supplements to make sure I was getting enough iron. And then I switched to 1-a-day pills, and those do have iron, but I still need to take another supplement. So that was one thing that I found out. Passed the glucose test, but basically, again, borderline anemic. So I just got to make sure that I'm taking my iron supplements. The biggest thing that I will say, this second trimester for me, what are you doing? She's like walking around the house like a psycho. Is, if you can kind of tell, I'm not going to get too close because I am wearing a sports bra and it's pretty low. But I am suffering really bad. Are you okay? I'm suffering really bad from like acne this pregnancy, and I did talk about this in my first trimester update. It was like horrible. Like, I also went without almost like 3 weeks without my Curology because of shipping and delays and all that kind of stuff. So I was breaking out so bad. Like, I broke out so bad underneath my chin, on my chest. Like, I've never dealt with acne this bad than I have in this pregnancy, and I know it's the hormones, and I'm grateful for Curology because I've got my shipment. I feel like it's been like almost 2 weeks now, and my skin is starting to level back out, and it's starting to look a lot clearer. My chest is still pretty bad, but I can't use Curology on my chest, so there is... What's wrong? There is this special soap that they recommend that I buy from Amazon. It's like zinc soap or something to use on my chest. So I've been using that, and that's been helping. So good. But the acne this pregnancy, no other. So I want to talk about foods. And like, for me personally, I have very low appetite. Again, I did go through that phase where I didn't really eat meat, and then I started eating back meat, and then now I really only eat like sparingly between like 6 hours. Like, for instance, it's 1 o'clock is the first time I'm eating, and I'm not even that hungry. So my appetite still has been pretty low, but I'm making sure that I'm getting enough food in. And the biggest thing is that we feel baby so much. I have so much footage of like baby kicking, baby moving, and I'll insert those clips in here. And then the biggest thing that I did experience last week at the end of my second trimester is sciatica and back pain. Oh my gosh, that was the worst week of my life. I was in so much pain, but I did start prenatal yoga, and that has helped me so much. So I just want to recommend prenatal yoga to anybody. Just do it, just to even prevent yourself from getting sciatica pain. I talked to my doctor about it, and it just happens to be how the baby's positioned, and sometimes they just like clip that nerve. And I knew it because like the next day it wasn't so bad, but once I started prenatal yoga, I haven't had any back pain, any sciatica pain, so I really recommend that. But for the most part, I haven't had really much anything else, like low energy pretty much still. That might be a thing of like my anemia, so making sure taking my iron. And then I haven't really had any cravings. Like there's things that sound good to me. I like it for like 2 days and then I'm over it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my second trimester update. It's been, like I said, in the first trimester, it's been a real easy pregnancy so far. And we're about like less than 12 weeks from meeting baby Murray, and I cannot wait. I am so excited. This has been the most anticipated gender reveal I've ever been a part of, so to find out what we're actually having is going to be like so phenomenal, and I can't wait for that moment for my husband to be the one to tell me. But I'm going to finish eating this breakfast lunch since now it's 1, and I'll catch up with you guys later when I actually start eating lunch. It is much later now. It is actually 5:20. I've spent the past 4 hours cleaning up my house for Christmas. We're gonna have like our whole family here, like my side and my husband's side here for Christmas. So I basically cleaned up the place, and we have 2 tables for Christmas. Basically that's our original dining table there, and then this is our patio table. We just put a nice tablecloth on it, set it. My sister's bringing chairs, and then for overflow we're going to use the bar seating as well. Yeah, I spent the past 4 hours cleaning the house. I am pretty worked up. I pretty much worked up an appetite, so I am going to get something to eat. Technically this is dinner, but it is my second meal of the day, so I have been really into like my go-to like quick little meal, I should say, like for lunch or dinner, is to have a hoagie. So I use Italian sausage, hoagie roll. I saute some yellow onion, and then I put ketchup and hot sauce on it. So good. So I'm gonna show you guys how I assemble that and make that. I'm gonna go outside in our backyard and actually use our gas grill, because the bread and the sausage comes out so much better on the grill. That is gonna be my second meal of what I eat in a day for today. Okay, let's go. This is my hoagie roll. I did burn it a little bit on the grill, but it's fine. Bon appetit. So good. And then it's still slightly burnt. So good. The grilled onions on it takes it to a whole another level. I didn't show you guys a bump date, a 28-week bump date, so I'm going to show you guys that right now while I finish the rest of my hoagie roll. Don't do it. Okay, so this is 28 weeks. Everyone thinks I'm carrying a girl just by the way that I carry, but I don't know. Something tells me that I'm having a boy. Like, intuition, I think I'm having a boy. So we'll see in March what I actually have. But on the front, from the side, 28 weeks. I'm going to finish the rest of this hoagie roll and then clean the oven. That is the last thing I need to do to prepare for Christmas dinner tomorrow. And then start working on preparing dinner. We're gonna do stuffed bell peppers tonight. It's one of my husband's favorite recipes, and he's gonna be home like around 8 o'clock, so I wanna get started on dinner. So I'll see you guys in a bit when I start dinner.